What we are showing our visuals right now on CNN News 18. So yes, these are the visuals that we can show our viewers. Durgesh Pathak is still sitting inside that bus. He looks a bit traumatized. He looks that he has been injured, although he has claimed that he had an injury. And the manner in which he was picked up and thrown inside this bus definitely will raise a lot of questions against the Delhi police. But yes, the Delhi police officials say that they were following their orders, and since the orders have been, they were given the orders to make sure that the street is emptied. They have done that. Now this entire road, which was blocked since morning, and the protesters came here at 11:20 a.m. They have now been cleared. Although the RAF that was deployed over here, they did not take any action. They did not use any sort of force in this entire case. But yes, still Sanjay Singh is still very defiant. He is still not ready to go inside this bus. If you could see, Durgesh Pathak is trying to talk to Sanjay Singh, is trying to tell the people what is the current situation. But yes, it remains to be seen where will they be taken right now. And Durgesh Pathak, Sanjay Singh and other AAP workers who were over here since morning raising slogans against the Delhi government, they have now been taken away by the Delhi police. The buses have left. The buses have finally left from here, is what we are showing our viewers in these visuals. A few of the workers are still very defiant. They are still not ready to get inside those buses. It is getting a very tough day for the Delhi police to make sure that they detain these workers. So yes, Sanjay Singh and AAP MLA Jarnail Singh are also over here. I'll get in a word from them.
कौन से 144 टूट रही? ये दादागिरी जुर्म की इंतहा कर दिया इन्होंने, हद कर दी जुर्म की हद कर दी है। ऐसे घसीट के महिला कार्यकर्ताओं को मारा जा रहा है, महिला कार्यकर्ताओं को घसीटा जा रहा है, सबकी इज्जत तार कर रही है बीजेपी।
सर, आप मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट है, आपके साथ ऐसा बर्ताव हुआ है, क्या एक्शन लेंगे आप? क्या कंप्लेन करेंगे आप? लोग नहीं मान रहे थे।
कौन सी संस्था की हमने? और यहाँ देखिए 4 लोग। मैडम आप।
So yes, now Sanjay Singh is saying that there are only 4 people left over here, and hence section 144 cannot be implied over here since there are only 4 people on the ground. But yes, the Delhi police is still very defiant. They have again started dragging these workers of the Aam Aadmi Party. The leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are again being dragged by the Delhi police. So yes, the second worker has now been dragged. Now there are just 2 leaders left, Sanjay Singh and Jarnail Singh, the AAP MLA from Tilak Nagar. These 2 leaders are now just on the roads. They are still very defiant. They are saying that they are not disobeying any laws, even if section 144 is imposed. They are not disrupting it anyway, since there are only 2 people who are now sitting on the ground, and section 144 says that not more than 4 people can actually stay together, and they could carry out any sort of protest. So yes, this is what is happening. This is what the law says, and this is what Sanjay Singh is trying to tell the Delhi police. But yes, Delhi police is now very defiant. They have dragged Sanjay Singh. They are now dragging Sanjay Singh. They have picked him up, and they are now shoving him inside the Delhi police buses. The manner in which he is being dragged will definitely raise a lot of questions on the Delhi police. But yes, it remains to be seen how does the Delhi police now defend this, because the Delhi police has been saying that they are following their orders, and in an area like the CBI headquarters, people are not allowed to protest, and they have been protesting at least for the past 2 hours. Even after several announcements that were made by the Delhi police, they remained defiant and did not move from that place. Now the Delhi police had to use this action. They had to use this light force, and now Sanjay Singh is finally inside that bus of the Delhi police. The gates will be closed and the bus would be taken away. Now the Delhi police has done its job. The orders that they had gotten to empty this entire road, they have done that now, and it seems like that the entire
Anshul, how many women workers were detained, and the accusation that Sanjay Singh was making that they were also manhandled by the police, how much of this is true?
So yes, there were a handful of women workers. It is very difficult to pinpoint an exact number of women workers, and yes, we have had those visuals on a camera as well, where a few women workers were actually detained by the male police officials, which is absolutely illegal. And that has happened. That there is nothing wrong in what Sanjay Singh had said. But I'll just try and get in a word from Sir. Now Sanjay Singh has been taken away. Now the entire stretch of CBI outside the CBI headquarters has now been cleared by the Delhi police. Now, yes, the allegations that were made by Sanjay Singh were actually true. There were women protesters who were sitting here. We have the visuals on a camera as well, where a few women protesters were actually detained by male police, and that is also absolutely illegal, and that is also going to raise a lot of questions as well. So yes, but if you could see, the protest site was here. This was the protest site in which approximately 5,200 Aam Aadmi Party workers were sitting out here, right outside the CBI headquarters, and now the entire stretch has been emptied by the Delhi police. Although RF was deployed over here, but RF did not use any sort of force, did not take any action against any of these protesters. All this detaining was done by the Delhi police. However, the preparations were on that if any sort of untoward situation arises, things like the Vajravahan, the water cannon could come into action, and they could actually control the situation over here. But yes, this is the big piece of breaking news we are bringing our viewers, that the Aam Aadmi Party workers and leaders who were protesting outside the gates of the CBI, outside the barricades that were put in place by the Delhi police, they have now been detained. Each and every person has now been detained, including senior leaders, MPs, MLAs. All of them have been picked up, dragged, and have been thrown into buses, and they have now been detained and taken to various police stations in the national capital, Poonam.